Good evening. Welcome to the Pleasantville Village Board meeting. Today is Monday, October 24, 2011. If you are watching live on Monday, October 24, we encourage you to call in with comments or questions at 769-1677. As always, you can watch live on Verizon, Fios, and Cablevision, and also pick it up on PCTV76.org, either live or on-demand webcast thereafter. We're starting late today, later even than we envisioned, because we started tonight at 7:30 with our annual joint meeting with the Pleasantville Board of Education, and had about a 2-hour meeting that was also taped, so those of you who have already watched it don't need to hear what happened. Those of you who are interested can pick that up on an on-demand webcast at PCTV76.org, but we touched on tax issues and commercial and residential tax base, shared services, issues with community values and juvenile behavior, traffic, emergency events, flooding, as well as a few other items. So I encourage you to check in on that as the village continues to share its issues with the school board and vice versa. A couple of announcements to make. The first is one that everybody needs to listen to, and that is, as you may have heard over the years, over the past year, we've been working to reduce the cost of our sanitation program, and have come up with a plan that allows us to operate with 4 full-time employees instead of 6. We had 2 employees who left for various reasons, and therefore we're able to reduce the staff from 6 to 4 through attrition. And in order to maintain the same services, we are changing the routes. So effective October 31, which is a week from today,
Halloween,
all of the trash pickups are going to occur on different days from the ones you're used to. So hopefully you received in the mail a letter that looks something like this and has a little clip-off piece at the bottom that you can clip off and keep if you care to. There are 3 different routes, Route 1, Route 2, and Route 3. You received the letter for the route that affects your house. So what everybody needs to do is take a look and determine what days they're getting their trash picked up. The Wednesday bulk pickup that used to exist all around the village is now going to happen for each of you on the same day as your trash. So you get backyard trash pickup as always, but on the same day, curbside pickup of bulk trash, paper, cardboard, and yard waste are on another day, and cans and bottle recycling on a third. So take a look in your mail if you didn't already notice it, and look for that letter. If you have somehow missed it or didn't get it, tomorrow morning we'll be posting on the website at pleasantville-ny.gov a downloadable PDF for each of the 3 routes. So what you'll need to do is take a look at the web, and we'll also post a map, Patty.
Well, alphabetical listing by street of the routes.
So you'll be able, if you got the letter, find it, you're all set. Just follow those directions. If you didn't get the letter, you can go to our website, find the road you're on, and determine which route you are, and download that letter or additional copy of it. And in addition to that, you can always check in on the DPW hotline, which is 769-3883. So starting a week from today, Monday, Halloween, trash pickups are going to change and be changed forevermore. So take a look in that letter and make sure you're aware of how that is going to work. You need to know what you are?
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay.
I'm on Route 3.
Leland Avenue is Route 3.
So which one is that?
That's Route 1, that's
Oh,
Route 2.
it says it right
That's
there.
Route 3.
So it's not Mondays, it's Wednesdays, honey.
Don't forget.
So we're,
Pull it back. You're going to get a ticket.
you know, I know there may be a little confusion out of all of this, but we're doing it for a good and positive reason, which is to save a significant amount of money here by rearranging our crews and our equipment to be able to provide the same services you've always gotten. It'll just occur on a different schedule. So take a look for that. Also
Mayor,
wanted to...
Can I, just on that note,
Yes.
I just want to comment that the CSCA had been very helpful, and they helped collaborate on changing these schedules and these routes and doing more with less. And I really appreciate that effort. They understand the constraints that we're operating under.
Absolutely. CSEA is the union that represents most of our non-uniformed employees, and I echo that. You know, there were some contentious discussions, obviously, when we began to talk about the different options we might pursue, and this certainly is a means by which we're able to save some money and also protect some jobs, and at the price of training all of us residents to remember different days. Hopefully it'll become autopilot in no time at all. So take a look for that. And again, if you have questions, it's pleasantville-ny.gov or the sanitation hotline at 769-3883. Another thing happening over the weekend is our annual Ragamuffin Parade. There are lots of great things going on this weekend. The day will start off on Saturday with a walk/run, which is a program that was developed by a young Pleasantville student named Michael Bloom, who hatched a plan for his bar mitzvah project to do a fundraiser for the Tina Gambino Reflection Scholarship Fund. So we wholeheartedly encourage everybody to participate in that. You can run, you can walk, or you could just donate. You can sign up.
You can do it too.
Exactly. Run, walk, and donate. Right?
Walk and donate.
You can sign up at www.areep.com. That's the company that's doing the race registrations and will do the times. All the information is available on the web there at areep.com, but I think that the sign-in and mustering is occurring early Saturday morning, am I right?
Right, if you, that same day registration, I think, starts at 7:30 a.m., and the school is open, it's all in the school cafeteria.
That will take place at the middle school parking
Right,
lot.
that's right. Well, at the actual registration where you get your thing for your shoe and your number and everything is inside in the cafeteria, the new cafeteria,
In the high school?
in the high school.
Okay, so
But if you register early
Right, you don't
online,
have to
it's cheaper.
Yes, that's right.
So you can actually pay the more expensive amount online and donate the extra as opposed to just...
That's right, do that. But I think the registration closes, I think it closed today online, or tomorrow.
Oh, it did?
Is it? I don't know.
It's soon.
I
It's soon. You have to
registered.
go. If you can't do it online, yeah, I do too.
But you can do it on site on the day.
Yes,
on the
you can
day.
do it
So,
on that day.
At any rate, it's a great thing. This young man has done a really great job and has been so articulate in describing the plan and in planning it out. Tina Gambino was his first and only babysitter as a young kid, and what could be more appropriate than to undertake this project in her memory and to benefit the Reflection Scholarship, which is Pleasantville charity through and through. So
It's a great route too. You run by Tina's house, and you run by. It starts at the schools, and you run by all the schools, which was very important to the Gambino family.
So a great thing, and that's a great way to start off the day. That then morphs at 11 o'clock into the lineup for the Ragamuffin Parade, which will be the great event it always is, starting up at Bedford Road, and then a Bedford Road School, and a parade down Bedford Road to Memorial Plaza. Things will be a little bit different this year in Memorial Plaza because we've been trying to accommodate both the active and popular farm market as well as the after party for the parade. And this year, because we now have access to new parking spaces in the former Lane Plumbing site, which I'll describe in a minute, what's going to happen is the farm market will happen as it always does in the north end of the plaza from that curb cut area above the gazebo up towards Manville Road, and the area on the commuter parking side from the curb cut near the gazebo all the way to the south end at Bedford Road will be closed to parking because that's where the events and stuff for the party will be set up. That loses about 50 parking spaces, and the people who were once parking in them are going to get directed to park in our brand new parking lot that opened just today in the former Lane Plumbing site, which is right behind the post office. So you can drive in to this new parking lot off Bedford Road near opposite the Art of Wine, across in front of Mediterraneo to get back to this parking lot, or you can enter it on Manville Road at the driveway adjacent to Dr. Lagun's dental practice. You can enter from either side and you can exit from either side. There are about 50 new parking spaces back there on that site. Those parking spaces will be available on the day of the Ragamuffin Parade for people going to the farm market. And thereafter, they are permit parking spaces by day. They are available to anybody to park there for no charge at all from 3 p.m. onward on every weekday, and they are free parking all day on Saturday and Sunday. So we are excited to see that project finally come to fruition, and it's going to produce a great but busy day for the Village of Pleasantville, starting with the benefit run and the Ragamuffin Parade and the farm market going on as planned. So We next have a work session on Monday, November 7 at 7 p.m. We have no meeting next week because it's the fifth Monday of the month and is Halloween. And our next regular meeting is Monday, November 14 at 8 p.m. with a work session at 7. Anybody else have anything to add to that long-winded list? Are there any oral communications? Again, if somebody wants to call in at 769-1677. While we're waiting for you to think of what to say, we'll go to the resolutions. Steve, number 213.
Resolve the pre-check register dated October 24th, 2011, covering check numbers 70691 through 70777 has been reviewed and hereby approved as listed below. General Fund, $185,032.07. Water Fund, $113,959.52. Capital Fund, $118,601.61. Refuse Fund, $19,787.18. Pool Fund, $5,679.88. Trust and Agency Fund, $3,580, for a total of $446,640.26.
Is there a second?
Second?
Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, yes, expensively. Motion approved. Mindy, number 114. 214.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville has reviewed the minutes of the meeting held on Monday, October 10th, 2011, and they are hereby approved.
Is there a second? Second. Comments or corrections? Just to remind everyone, these are the minutes of the meeting of October 10 and the heavy event and the well-deserved event. Chronicled therein is the promotion of Officer Juan Garcia to Sergeant. So congratulations, Juan. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Number 215.
I resolve that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby amends the master fee schedule as follows. The street opening permit goes from a current fee of $100 to $200. The backflow preventer application goes from $55 to $100. And there is now a $3 replacement dog tag fee.
Is there a second?
Second.
How did we decide it was $3 for a replacement dog tag?
That's the cost of,
To cover some of our costs.
yeah, buying one, mailing one back, and, you know.
What is a street opening permit for?
Anybody who needs to open up the road for water,
As in
sewer,
To get into a pipe.
utility.
Dig into it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. Brian, 216.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby authorizes the village administrator to sign the 2013-14 snow and ice agreement with the New York State Department of Transportation.
Is there a second?
Second.
Patty, you want to describe this? This is the annual agreement.
I want to know if
Yeah.
it went up.
Well, it did go up slightly. There's an index. You know, I don't think it's capped by 2% or the,
2000.
yeah, so the CPI, whichever is
2009,
less.
2010.
But it goes to the question, you know, I mean, if communities are really going to push back on the state, you know, and say, hey, we can't afford to do this because we're taking a hit. But I have to tell you, in this agreement, they do index and they adjust depending on the severity of the storm. So this is lump sum. We're guaranteed this money whether it snows or not, which is always a nice thing. And when it does snow, if there's adjustments to be made, they do adjust. Last year, we got $17,000 in adjustments over our base contract. All right, so it's not a loss.
But
It's
that
not
was
some-
for 2008, 2009, or because this is 2013, 2014, right?
Well, no, last winter.
Last winter we got.
They've adjusted the 2010, 2011. We're in 11, 12 now, and this is going forward. I mean, these are always prospective.
Right. Yeah.
But, you know,
So we're plowing 10.4
it's Manville
miles
Road and
of
Broadway.
state
If we had
roads.
to wait for the state to come and to do it and do it the way we want it done, it's just not worth it.
Right.
Those are emergency routes for us.
That's right.
We need to be on this, so
Right.
it's
Okay,
something we need to do.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. Steve, 217.
Resolved the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the mayor to sign the agreement with Don Juan Restaurant dated October 5th, 2011, stipulating conditions of approval from the Planning Commission regarding garbage pickup and dumpster requirements.
Is there a second?
Second.
Don Juan Restaurant went through a planning commission process to renew the 5-year permit associated with their right to operate there, and included in the Planning Commission's requirements were some stipulations about special attention paid to the removal of garbage and the maintenance and cleaning and deodorizing of dumpsters that are a village responsibility to enforce, and that's why we have this resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Mindy.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby accepts the resignation from school crossing guard Doris Chesney, effective October 29, 2011.
Is there a second?
Second.
Doris Chesney has served us for many years, and for some years been the fixture at the back of Bedford Road School at Manville Road, so we accept her resignation and wish her well. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. 219.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville hereby accepts the resignation from school crossing guard, my bad. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Pleasantville, upon the recommendation of the police chief, hereby approves the appointment of Eleanor Grisaldi as a part-time school crossing guard effective October 28, 2011, at a salary of $20.62 per hour.
Is there a second?
Second.
That is accompanied by a letter from Chief Love, having interviewed her and requesting this appointment. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Number 220, Ryan.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the village clerk to notice a public hearing for Monday, November 14th, 2011, 8 p.m. prevailing time, to hear comments as it pertains to a local law amending Chapter 173 Vehicles and Traffic, Sections 173-57, 173-60, and 173-63 as follows. We are adding a stop sign on Garrigan Avenue, direction of travel both ways at the intersection of Madison Avenue. That's number one. Number two, deleting Manville Road on the north side, parking prohibited at all times from a point 35 feet east of the intersection of Academy Street, and adding on the same point, Manville Road on the north side, instead of 35 feet, parking prohibited from a point 75 feet east of the intersection of Academy Street. And finally, we are adding on Garrigan Avenue on both sides, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, parking prohibited certain hours from Madison Avenue to Saratoga Avenue.
Is there a second?
Second.
So this resolution is to have a public hearing on Monday, November 14, and we have the minutes of the Public Safety Committee on several of these subjects, which we'll talk about further when we have the public hearing on Monday, November 14. But Patty, included in the PSC minutes is the promise that letters on the matter of Garrigan near Saratoga and Madison, letters will be mailed to the residents who signed petitions at the board meeting regarding the date the board will meet to discuss this.
Yes, Chief and I discussed that today. He knows when the hearing is going to be set. Tomorrow, I'll confirm it at the staff meeting. So they have the mailing list all ready to go.
Could he be there, the chief? that night?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If he can't, he'll send somebody.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that'd be great. So Monday, November 14 at 8 p.m., public hearing for anyone who's interested in the issues on Garrigan near Madison and Saratoga, the issues on Manville near Academy. And we encourage you to come and make your voice heard. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. That's it.
Good night.
Did Patty have a few things, did you say?
I did, but they're really work session related.
Oh, okay.
They don't have, I don't need
All right.
action from the board.
We've gotten a couple of letters from both Cablevision and from Verizon regarding tinkering with their lineups and tinkering with their fees, all activities that they have the independent right to do. I just want to encourage everybody to take a look at their bill or bill stuffers to make sure they understand what's going on, because there have been a few changes that have been sent our way. So again, let me just remind you one more time to take a look for the letter that looks something like this, that hopefully everybody got in the mail, should have gotten it a few days ago, regarding the change in the sanitation schedules starting a week from today, Monday, October 31, Halloween. Your trash pickups and bulk and recycling pickups are going to change. Same services you always got, just different days. Take a look in your mail at pleasantville-ny.gov, or failing that, 769-3883. So
If we sent that to the patch and to the examiner,
that would be a great idea. Patty, could we do that?
Hey,
Send
boo-boo.
which to the patch and the examiner?
The sanitation changes?
I will,
And
thank
don't
you.
forget to sign up for the race.
Absolutely.
The Reflections 5K race Saturday morning at the high school.
Reflections 5K race, followed by we expect to see you at the Ragamuffin Parade, although we won't recognize you in your costumes. Is there
they won't recognize us.
is there a motion to adjourn?
So
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you at our next work session Monday the 7th, and regular meeting Monday, November 14th.
Good night.